Looks like Audra has set her new target. Are Audra and Victor really heading off for a romance on Young and the Restless? That's not all. Will Kyle get to play the knight in shining armor and save Claire from Jordan very soon? So without any further ado, let's get into it right away.
Hey everyone, welcome to TrendStreet.
We all know Audra Charles is one of the most ambitious women we've seen since she first appeared on Young and the Restless. The first time we saw Audra, portrayed by Zuleika Silver, was back in 2022 when she popped up as Noah's ex, who apparently had a secret miscarriage and wanted him back. But it was too late for that, so she switched gears, eyeing on all the bachelors and some married men of Genoa City. The first man she was with was Tucker, as she was secretly working with him against Chancellor Winters. And when Nate hired her as COO at Newman Enterprises, her attention diverted towards him. But then she found out Nate was hooking up with Victoria, and she basically let Elena in on her then-boyfriend's office romance. Just like that, Nate was out of options. So the next opportunity ladder she saw was with Kyle, who was on the verge of his divorce with Summer. Audra used that as leverage, saying the right thing at the right time, and ended up sleeping with him. Her and Kyle continued their affair for quite some time until she found out Kyle was using her. What Kyle didn't know at the time was that Audra wasn't just playing him. She was also keeping Tucker in her back pocket. Their secret rendezvous continued until both Tucker and Kyle turned the tables on her. In the end, Nikki pulled the plug and fired Audra from her cushy position at Newman Media, leaving her to plot her next power move. But if there's one thing we know about Audra, it's that she's relentless. Rather than licking her wounds, she aligned herself with Tucker once more. This time, however, it was different. Audra began to fall for him. But as fate would have it, Tucker couldn't stay away from Ashley, which led Audra to call it quits and seek revenge. She teamed up with Victor and managed to snatch Glissade right out from under Tucker's nose, landing herself the CEO position. Audra was back in power, or so she thought. But she wasn't alone. Victor told her to run the company with Kyle. I mean, that was definitely awkward. Plus, she thought the company was hers, and she didn't want to share the power with Kyle. And knowing how ambitious Audra is, you can best believe she's going to make the position as CEO as hers and hers alone. Even if that means she has to play dirty. While Audra and Nate are a thing right now, we know if she had to choose between love and power, she'd always go for power. Audra recently found herself in trouble after letting it slip to Nate that Victor was the mystery investor behind Glissade. Normally, this would be enough for someone like Victor to cut ties, but we're talking about Victor Newman here. He's not just ruthless, he's also deeply strategic. And what's one thing Victor can't resist? A fellow power-hungry shark. Audra could easily be the type of ambitious, cutthroat woman Victor sees as a mirror of his younger self. And let's not forget, Victor has always had a soft spot for younger women, especially those who challenge him. Remember when he married Sabrina Castellana, Victoria's friend? Or how about when he married Sharon, who was once Nick's wife? History has a funny way of repeating itself in Genoa City, and if Audra plays her cards right, she could find herself not just under Victor's wing, but in his heart as well. This wouldn't be the first time Victor mixed business with pleasure. Audra's stunning looks and sharp mind might just be the key to unlocking a new, scandalous chapter in Victor's life. And with Audra's ambition, there's no telling how far she'll go to secure her place in Genoa City. As for Nikki, well, she might want to keep a close eye on her husband's latest project. Talking about keeping a close eye, Genoa City might be brewing up with some new trouble. It's been a while since we had a proper villain on the show after Jordan. But we all know she's not really gone. She can come back at any moment of time, and especially now that Claire is in her happy place with her all-new relationship with Kyle. Recently in Y&R, Claire had an open and honest chat with Kyle, laying out some of her concerns, and boy, does she have a good reason. Claire admitted that Kyle's recent behavior had her flashing back to some unsettling memories of her Aunt Jordan. Apparently, Kyle's gloating over Audra's downfall struck a nerve, reminding Claire a little too much of how Jordan used to live for other people's misery. At one point, Kyle even asked if Claire was comparing him to her evil aunt, but Claire quickly reassured him. She's seen how kind Kyle can be, especially when it comes to his son, Harrison. But even with that said, Claire couldn't shake the feeling that Kyle's behavior was sending up some serious red flags. His delight over Audra's bad luck was unsettling enough to make her wonder if Kyle was headed down a darker path. Kyle, of course, tried to brush it off, saying this was just a one-time thing with Audra and that he'd be done with her after this. But we all know how Genoa City works, right? This feels like just the beginning of Kyle showing more of those red flags that could eventually push Claire away. Y&R might even bring down Kyle in Claire's eyes, only to set him up for a big redemption arc down the line. So, how might Kyle win back Claire's trust after all of this? Well, get ready for a little drama. It's likely that Jordan will break out of prison and head back to town with revenge on her mind. And guess who's probably at the top of her hit list? Yep, Claire. Since Claire turned her back on her aunt and cozied up to the Newmans, Jordan's going to want to make her pay for that betrayal. This could be Kyle's golden opportunity to step up and play hero. Picture this. Jordan comes storming back to Genoa City, hell-bent on getting back at Claire. Things get heated, Claire's in real danger, and who shows up to save the day? Kyle. He might end up putting himself in harm's way to protect her, proving once and for all that, despite his recent bratty behavior in the corporate world, he's still a good guy deep down. Now, of course, Kyle might end up getting hurt in the process. This is a soap opera, after all. But that would only make his heroics even more dramatic and give Claire a reason to see him in a whole new light. Sure, Kyle's been acting entitled and immature lately, but maybe this dangerous situation will force him to grow up fast. One way or another, Kyle's going to have to do some serious maturing if he wants to win Claire over. And with Jordan's inevitable return to Genoa City, things are about to get a whole lot more chaotic. So, while Kyle's been getting under Claire's skin for all the wrong reasons lately, there's a good chance he'll get a shot at redemption soon. What do you guys think? Let us know in the comments down below.
Thank you for checking this video out. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel for new videos every day. Turn that bell notification on if you want to hear from us, and comment down below if you've subscribed, and we'll make sure to reply and thank as many of you as we possibly can. Once again, thank you for watching, and see you next time.